Nanoleaf has expanded its smart home product line to include some affordable lighting options. Just like the panels from the company, you do not need an additional hub, but the feature that makes them stand out is they work with Thread with HomeKit via the HomePod Mini. The Nanoleaf Essentials range comes in an E26 and B22 fitting and a 2-meter light strip. But in this video, I'll be taking you through my in-depth review of how the light bulb, the E26 fitting works, but the B22 is identical other than the fitting type. So if you are looking for some affordable HomeKit smart bulbs, so continue to watch this video to find out how they perform. Hi, welcome back, and my name's John, and this is HomeKit Authority. This channel is dedicated to everything HomeKit news, reviews, and tutorials. So if you're into HomeKit or you are thinking of getting into a smart home platform, then check out the rest of the videos on this channel, as it's greatly appreciated. You might find something that's interests you. Also, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell button to be notified when new videos come out. Also, follow us on our social media channels at Follow HomeKit. The links are in the description below, which we are constantly tweeting about everything to do with HomeKit and Apple's smart home platform. So starting with the design, the Nanoleaf Essentials smart bulb has a unique design that makes it stand out from other bulbs, which makes it just as nice to look at when it's turned off. I also found it means it's a superb choice if you want to use it in an exposed lighting type, that you are not worried about what the bulb looks like and you want a more interesting concept for a bulb. But this is still a regular A60 style bulb or the A19 US equivalent, and the design doesn't make the bulb any larger than a traditional bulb. Still fits anywhere that a standard bulb can, and despite the price point, I found the Nanoleaf smart bulb feels solid and well built. The smart bulb comes in E26 and B22 fitting, so plenty of choice and options in most homes. Connectivity is provided by Bluetooth, but you also get Thread support via the HomePod Mini, and I'll talk about these later on in the video. So moving on to setup. Like any other HomeKit device, you need to scan the setup code. So with the Nanoleaf smart bulb, you can either use the card provided inside the box, plus Nanoleaf has printed the HomeKit setup code on the bulb itself. After inserting the Essentials bulb into your fixture, you then add it either directly through the Home app or via the Nanoleaf app. The latter also adds it to HomeKit as well, and vice versa. I did use the Home app, and just like any other HomeKit accessory, you simply scan the code, name your device, assign the device to a room, and then the bulb is all ready to go to work in the Home app. You can at a later time set up automations and scenes if you wish. Essentially, it's all ready to go. So from opening the box to screwing it into my fitting and then adding it to the Home app, this all took about 5 minutes. So moving on to performance and color. The Nanoleaf Essential bulb supports 16 million colors, and the average brightness is 186 lumens with a maximum brightness of 1100 lumens. When using it in my home, I notice a significant increase over similarly priced light bulbs. For instance, the IKEA range I don't think perform just as well. I also found the Nanoleaf Essentials are very good at color accuracy. The smart bulbs perform very similar to the U lights that I have that are double the price of the Nanoleaf Essentials. One thing to call out is the overall brightness is a little lower when using a color, but this is common with smart bulbs. Currently, the lights do not support HomeKit adaptive lighting, which changes color temperatures to match the current daytime. This is despite the packaging listing this feature, although Nanoleaf has said that an update is coming later in the year to bring support. But you do get Nanoleaf's own version, which lets you pick 3 color temperatures from morning, daytime, and night to use throughout the day, and the bulb changing automatically. And this works very similar to how most phone screens work, that change the color tone throughout the day and into the night. So during the morning and evenings, the light will be warmer, whereas in the day it will be cooler with more blues. This matches the color of natural light. One thing though I did notice, if you use this lighting feature and operate the bulb with either HomeKit in the Home app or automations, you'll need to go back into the Nanoleaf app and re-enable it again, as it seems to deactivate it. So talking of HomeKit, when using the Home app to control the bulbs, you can turn them on and off using the tile. This method will turn the light to 100% or off depending on the current state. However, if you want more precise control, you can set the light to desired brightness using the toggle, such as the only 50% or 25%, or depending on what you want to do. If you want to adjust the colors of the bulbs, you can also set your color choice using either the pre-selected choice or using the color wheel. You also have the option to alter the color temperatures depending on your preference, and I found this all works pretty well. Using Siri voice assistant control the lights works well too. You can say commands like, hey, turn on the tall lamp, or hey, turn the main light to 75%, and both commands works well as expected and really fast. But it's when it comes to HomeKit automations that get the most out of HomeKit control in my opinion. This is because I included the smart bulbs in my existing HomeKit automations, which allow me to turn them off at certain points of the day. So for instance, I included in my good night scene to turn them off, but I also included in my cinema room, turn them on when activated. Now the Nanoleaf app works well and pretty much in the same way as the Home app. This is because it tightly integrates with HomeKit and uses the same standard to control the light. So you can control the brightness of the bulb, adjust the temperatures, adjust the colors. The other reason to use the Nanoleaf app is to update the firmware. This is something I would recommend with any HomeKit product as you get the latest features, particularly Nanoleaf's own adaptive lighting feature. Plus, when Nanoleaf deliver on HomeKit adaptive lighting, this update will probably be via the app. Now moving on to connectivity and performance. One attraction of the Nanoleaf Essential range is you do not need a hub to use them with HomeKit. The smart bulbs work either via Bluetooth or Thread, and the method used for connectivity will depend on the type of hardware you have in your HomeKit setup. For Thread, you need a HomePod Mini that supports this wireless protocol. Thread is very similar to Zigbee, a low-powered mesh network designed for smart devices. So if you want to find out more about that, I've got a video coming above now that talks all about this technology. But if you do not have a HomePod Mini, then the connection will be via Bluetooth to your HomeKit hub or iOS device. So connecting via Thread option, the Nanoleaf Essentials will connect using this technology and appear in the Home app as normal. Although you won't notice anything different just by looking at it, and you don't specifically get any additional features. But the biggest difference is Thread responds faster than Bluetooth and offers a better range. Making change to the bulb's color, I was impressed at how quickly the lights responded, both turning them on and also changing the colors. With Thread, you also get remote control via the HomePod Mini outside your home, so if you want to use these, you can do that from outside the home. The other benefit, the Nanoleaf Essentials bulb will work as a mesh point for any future Thread devices you connect. So in my case, I had several Thread devices, and these all connect to provide a stronger, more reliable and stable network. I did find in my testing that when I just had one Nanoleaf bulb connected and I turned off the HomePod Mini, the Nanoleaf light was unavailable altogether in the Home app, and it didn't reconnect via Bluetooth to either my full-size HomePods or my two Apple TV hubs in my home. So if you don't have a HomePod Mini on your home, then Bluetooth provides the same features both through the Nanoleaf app and the Home app, but there is a noticeable lag, with sometimes up to 10 seconds for the light to turn on, and comparing this to Thread, which is almost instant. So in this test you can see when I clicked to turn on the lights using Bluetooth, it didn't respond very quick, but then when I'm using Thread, is a noticeable difference. The other downside to Bluetooth is that if you don't have a HomeKit hub such as the original HomePod or Apple TV in your home, then you will not get remote access outside. Additionally, Bluetooth does have a shorter range for connectivity, so the controlling device or HomeKit hub needs to be within about 10 meters to connect reliably. But please don't come away from this part of the review with the impression I'm slating Bluetooth for Internet of Things devices. Bluetooth does play an important part in the smart home ecosystem, but for the right products. So until recently with HomeKit, your only way to connect a device with no hub, particularly for smart bulb, has been via Bluetooth or Wi-Fi. So in my opinion, Bluetooth will still play a part in the HomeKit and smart home, but for the right product. And I don't think Bluetooth is the right thing for smart bulbs now Thread has come along. So it's going to be great to see Thread when it starts to take off more and more manufacturers adopting this technology. So to summarize my review, the Nanoleaf Essential smart bulbs are impressive, and they surprised me with the performance given the price point. At $17.99 or $19, they're just under half the price of the Philips Hue color bulbs. I also like the design aspect. You can use them in a way in a fitting, but you can also use them in more exposed lighting feature because of its unique design. I also found the light performance better than lights around the same price point, and while the color performance just falls short of the Hue standard, these bulbs have earned a place in my HomeKit setup and replaced the IKEA color bulbs I already had. I love the fact they come with Thread support built in, and not only provide near instant responses because of this, but they help play a part to build out the Thread network, whereas Bluetooth is not as quick as Thread and slightly lets them down. This is not necessarily a fault of the product, rather than just how the standard work. I like that Nanoleaf has thought about the health benefits of the right lighting in your home with their own take on adaptive lighting, but I want them to come through with support for HomeKit adaptive lighting. The reason being is that their own lighting feature doesn't seem as good as Apple's own. Plus the feature is deactivated if you use any of the options via HomeKit. So if you are going to be a HomeKit user, then you want to be all in HomeKit. or not. The bottom line on the Nanoleaf Essential smart bulb is you get a solid, well-made and good performance with a price point at $17.99. I do think Philips Hue have something to be worried about in the Nanoleaf Essentials range, so it's going to be interesting to see how they react over this next year. So that's a wrap on this review, and hopefully found it useful. And if you have or you've got any questions, leave it in the comments section below. If you have liked this video, give me a thumbs up as it's greatly appreciated. And also don't forget to subscribe and follow us on our other social channels where we talk about HomeKit and keep you updated. Thank you very much. I'll speak to you soon.